Hi, today we're going to talk about yet another important topic. As you might already be aware, not everything in the game depends on your skills and qualities of your combat machine. There is an important link between the two, and that link is your crew. Crew skills define how well your machine will react to your commands. Even if you're a seasoned veteran, your rookie pilot will be constantly passing out from slightest of G-force overloads, while your novice loader will be tardy in his duties. How do you develop their mastery? What particular skills to develop first? How all this affects your overall combat effectiveness? Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's start with aviation. You will see 4 tabs in your crew window: pilot, gunners, ground service, and their qualification. Pilot skills are mostly important for fighters and ground attackers. The pilot's keen vision skill sets the maximum distance at which he can detect an enemy, or see its marker in other words. At the maximum skill level, this distance is about 8 kilometers. The skill of awareness determines how well the pilot can detect the enemies around his plane. If the skill is low, then he might miss a plane tailing him or detect him too late. An experienced pilot will always detect an enemy in time. Next up is skill called G-Tolerance. It determines how well your pilot can endure sharp and difficult aerobatic maneuvers at high speeds. The higher the skill is, the sharper the maneuver can be, before the screen will inevitably turn black and then red. But do remember, with each such maneuver your pilot will tire, which affects both his control of the plane and shooting accuracy. To minimize this effect, we have a skill called Stamina. The higher your pilot's stamina is, the longer he will be able to fully perform in a highly dynamic combat environment. Finally, we have the Vitality. This is a measure of injuries that a pilot can sustain. A pilot with a high vitality cannot be taken down with a direct 7mm bullet hit, and will be more likely to survive a fire inside a cockpit, to eventually put out the fire by diving the plane sharply. The tab for gunners is used only by bombers and some attack aircraft that actually have gunners on board. The number of experienced gunners determines how well the gunners will perform, and undercrewed aircraft with less number of gunners than required by the specific craft will have all their skills lowered. The skill of fire accuracy helps the gunner find their targets faster, open fire quicker, and set a better lead when firing. It also helps gunners aim and fire at the same time. Fire precision gives you gunners a tighter shot grouping and improves fire contact distance. Plus, it also helps aim and fire at the same time better. Both skills work when gunners are controlled by the AI. The now familiar G-Tolerance, Stamina, and Vitality work exactly the same way as for the pilot. The skill of ground service is important to all players in aircraft, regardless of anything. The skill tells you how well equipped and trained your team of mechanics on the airfield is. The repair speed skill is pretty self-explanatory and will determine how fast your aircraft will be fixed once you land at the airfield. The top skill mechanics will be twice as fast with repairs as the mechanic of the base skill. Repair rank allows your mechanics to effectively fix the aircraft of the set rank and below. No first repair rank mechanic can decently fix a tier 5 aircraft. Keep that in mind. The reload speed skill will increase your reload speed mid-flight and on the ground. Max level of reload speed will reload cannons and machine guns 3 times as fast, twice as fast for bombs and rockets, and 4 times as fast for onboard gunners. Next is weapon maintenance. The skill lowers the overheat threshold and lowers the chance of a jam, while making the shot grouping of bombs and rockets much tighter. Finally, we have qualification. When your crew reaches a certain crew level, you can upgrade several of their skills at once by advancing the crew to the next skill rank. The expert status can be bought with Silver Lions and the Ace status only with Golden Eagles. We highly recommend you level up your crew as fast as possible to get the expert rank. The bonuses it grants will be extremely useful in combat. Among them, a 30% bonus to your reload speed, which is very nice. How should you spend your crew skill points first? Let's say you have a crew with basic skills and a handful of skill points available, about 1500. We just bought some for demonstration purposes. How to spend your money is better explained in a previous video, so check that out. Now, let's take a look at the qualification tab. For a crew to become experts with a basic reserve aircraft such as I-15, they will need level 100 or above. So, let's try to get to it fast. If you mostly play in arcade mode, we urge you to spend some points on reload and weapon maintenance. The ammo goes quick in this mode, and fast reload can be a literal lifesaver. All fighters and bombers need to have their pilot's vitality upgraded next. This will be handy in any game mode. Don't forget about G-tolerance either. Bombers should also invest in fire accuracy and precision skills for their gunners, in addition to gunner's vitality. Now, after spending just mere 1500 skill points, our fighter pilot skills can look something like this. The basic skill setup should be a bit different for a bomber. As you have probably noticed, the higher the skill you're trying to upgrade, the more skill points that will require. So, even if you value one skill above all else, you will be better off distributing the skill points equally, which is a good way to get expert or ace rank fast and then max out a skill you need the most. Now let's talk about tankers. Here we have 6 tabs. The qualification tab should now be familiar to you. The other tabs are Driver, Gunner, Tank Commander, Loader, and Radio Operator/Gunner. The first skill for all these crew members is also familiar now and is called Keen Vision, which works exactly the same way on the ground. Next is a tanker-only skill called Field Repair. It allows you to fix the tank in combat, such as repairing a broken tank thread or a blown barrel. All crew members work together when a tank requires fixing. Each crew member of a tank also has a unique skill. The driver has, well, driving, which is his most important skill. The higher the skill is, the faster your driver will react to driving commands and switch gears. The gunner has 2 unique skills. Range finding will help you aim and shoot better at longer distances, while targeting skill determines the speed of your gun moving around. You will notice that a rookie gunner will first aim horizontally and then vertically. An experienced gunner does it all at the same time. The tank's commander primary skill is Leadership. Leadership affects all other crew members, improving their skills by a certain margin. Machine gunnery skill is for future updates when tanks will have machine guns for their commanders. The Loader has only one unique skill, which is weapon reloading. The skill determines the speed of this all-important process. Only fans of realistic and simulator battles ever really need to train their radio operator/gunner, as his primary skill, radio communication, is perfect for tagging enemy tanks or allied aircraft. The more you invest in this skill, the longer the distance of the tag marker will be visible for your allies. How do you properly level up your crew? Always start with their unique skills first, because these really do matter. Then, move on to their personal vitalities and field repairs, and only then invest in all the rest, to get the crew to expert or ace rank. In our opinion, the optimal investment of 1500 crew skill points for a tank crew looks something like this. And voila! We can already see all the angry comments below this video claiming, "You have done it all wrong, this is how it's done." Well, good! Post your opinions, share your experience, and optimal skill builds. Help the noobs! That's it for today. Good luck!